In case you were wondering, Friday the 13th affects Sprinkler Dude too. You see, I was told to come out to a commercial property while I was in the middle of going to get materials for another job I was in the middle of working on, to go shut down a couple of valves because there's some new plant material on the property and they can't just shut down the whole system for the weekend. They need to let the new plant material get watered. So they asked me to come out and shut off these two stuck open valves. Well, when I got out to the property, I found one stuck open valve and couldn't find the other. And that's because all of the water was coming out of the valve because it's broken on the 6-inch main line down there. At least I hope it's not. There is a 2-inch pipe leading to this valve that I am praying that is where it broke. Because if that's the case, then we're gonna buy ourselves some time today and we're going to cap this 2-inch main line, leaving the valve on the side here until Monday when we can reinstall the valve. What that will do is buy us the time over the weekend to allow for this canary palm over here to get water. That was just planted yesterday, and that's an $11,000 tree. We need to make sure it gets water over this weekend. So, without further ado, I'm gonna keep digging up this damn main line until I get to a 2-inch pipe that I can cut and cap. Check back with you later. Before I show you what I think is going on in here, let me show you this. I thought it was 2 valve boxes, but clearly I was wrong. It was 3 valve boxes deep. Geez, that's a deep valve. They could have came up just a little bit more with the main line and the lateral line. They wouldn't have had to do that. Either way, I believe this main line is broken between this coupling here and the bottom of the valve itself. And I'm saying that because it looks to me like all of the water was spraying out of whatever's broken right here. And when I started digging further down, the ground gets harder. So that's hopefully telling me that it's broken on the 2-inch pipe. Well, it's Friday, so let's f*** around and find out. We're gonna cut out this valve and take a closer look. And of course I left my reciprocating saw at the other job site. This is an emergency, so I kind of left one job site to come to this job site. Well, these are gonna come in clutch because they will work with up to a 2-inch pipe. And that's a 2-inch pipe. Both of those pipes are. So we're gonna cut both of them with this because other than that, I have a handsaw. We ain't using a handsaw. All right, so I chose to cut the top pipe first, and I did that so that I could shake the whole valve. Let me show you why I did that and what it showed me. You see the coupling right there? You see the crack? Here, let me help you. There it is. Oh, all right. Well, all we're gonna have to do on this one is grab our ratchet cutters, cut off the rest of that fitting, stick a cap on there, and then put some caution tape around this until next week. Now I can get back to the job that I was working on before I got called 4 cities south to come deal with this. I'm not complaining, it's just Friday the 13th. I knew something like this was gonna happen. All right, we're gonna get this patched up and get out of here. It's like 2 hours past lunch and I'm starving. Now all that's left to do is go get some lunch while the solvents cure and that cap stays in place. Once I get back, we'll fire up the main line and we'll get water back to that canary palm over there. It's moment of truth time. I've got 3 valves open on the property. We're gonna crack open this main line and see what we see. All right, so I got the main line cracked open right there. The pipe is behind the guardhouse way down there, and it's facing straight up. So, if that cap blows off, I'm willing to bet there would be a fountain over top of that roof right there, or the roof line. Nothing yet. I don't see anything. It all looks fine and dandy for now. Keep your fingers crossed for me. It is Friday the 13th, and I hope everything goes well. We temporarily fixed the main line by capping it right there. We will be back on Monday to reinstall a brand new valve here. The line was broken on the bottom here. Here's the valve. That's the way it was in the ground. And that's where the problem existed, right there. It broke in the middle of that fitting, cracked, snapped off. We cut off that piece of the fitting to install the cap. When we come back on Monday, like I said, we'll install a brand new valve here to get the zone that this controls, which is this corner right here, back up and running. But we did this so that we could keep the canary palm watering. That's happening now. So the canary palm is getting water as we speak. That whole ring is being filled with water.